All right, so here's another little nifty trick you can do with keyframes. You don't actually have to have effects to use keyframes. You can also use them simply with a title. Oddly enough, Avid kind of treats a title like an effect. So I'm going to take this little text, this little title that I created using Avid's title tool, and I'm going to edit a 5-second section of that right there into the timeline. Easy enough, right? And that title doesn't move. I can hit play and we can play across it, and there's 5 seconds of it just there. It's dull, it's boring, it's not really doing much. But we can go in and we can spice that up a little bit. If we go into our effect editor, we can kind of do the same thing with this that we did with the still image earlier. I can add a keyframe at the beginning, I can add a keyframe at the end. If I click on the one at the end, I can come into my effect editor. Here's my scaling, and I can scale it up, I can move it around a little bit. And now when I back up through here and play it, we'll see that our text is moving, it's animated, and it's just a little bit more energetic on screen than just a still title. Now, one of the things that I used to do a lot when I was in advertising and needed stuff that was really flashy, I'm just undoing these so I get back to my original title, is I would actually put a keyframe at the very beginning, and then I would go, depends, but about 5 frames. So I just hit +5, enter on the keyboard, moves my blue bar about 5 frames, and I'm going to add another keyframe. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm actually going to go back and click on the first keyframe. There it is. And now I'm going to go in here to my scaling, and I'm going to blow this sucker up about as far as I can get it, and drag it down a little bit so it's kind of in the middle of the screen. And now, when I play this, it's going to sort of, well, that was kind of stuttery. Let's try that again. Let's back it up and play it. It's going to slam onto the screen pretty fast. I'm actually going to go in, this is a neat little trick too. I'm going to come up here to where the name of my text is, and I'm going to do load filler. And that's going to give me just some blank space. I'm going to go in and add 1 second of black at the beginning of this and splice it in. So now it can play in black for just a second, and you can see what it looks like when that text really slams onto the screen like that. Okay, it's kind of like that. And so that's kind of neat. If you've got some good music, something good and rocking and fast, you can do some text so that it slams onto the screen real fast. Now, if you want to continue with kind of the movement idea that we had earlier, we can take that second keyframe, take the scaling down just a little bit, like that, and then when I go back and play it, what you're going to see is it's going to slam onto the screen, and, oh, forgot, I need to go in, put a keyframe at the very end, and turn that back up a little bit, like so. Now let's try that. So that text is going to slam onto the screen. It would if I hit play. It's going to slam onto the screen and then continually grow and be animated as we have our clip playing.